What's poppin', everybody? It's your girl Princess Joy 704 with another Warframe video. Um I posted up a video earlier today showing how I started off as a MR1 back in July 2024 to now, as of November 2025, I am legendary 2. So people are in the comments like, how I've been playing Warframe for 10 years and I just became MR 30 and all this stuff. So let me show y'all proof because I'm not BSing. So as you see, I am legendary 2. Also in PlayStation, there's a way to look at like old clips, like when you get a trophy and stuff like that. So I'm gonna show proof. I'm not BSing. Okay, so this is like the very first trophy that I got when playing PlayStation, playing Warframe on PlayStation. And here's the info. Well, I was a little bit off. I started in June. Then I kind of like, I was so confused. I'm not gonna hold you. I was so confused playing the game at first. So I played a little bit. Then I'm like, then I came back into it in July. Then I'm like, Then I came back to it officially, like grinding hard, like towards like the end of the year, like November, December, and then really fell in love with it. So yeah, I'm not BSing. So here is my tips of what I did, how I did it, a little bit of trading here and there, and yeah. So let me show y'all the first of all the basics of what to do when you first start playing Warframe. So of course, after completing the very first mission, Awakening, I was basically focusing on my star chart. Earth, Venus, Mars, whatever. Like I was actually focused on that because a lot of the places, as far as like the main quest, you have to unlock certain planets anyway. So I was focusing on that part, which helps out very much with your MR. And also, let's get into Warframes because a lot of people want to downplay regular frames and stuff like that, right? So let me show y'all this. If y'all go on your profile and under equipment, look at Warframe. So let's start with Ash. So the regular Ash frame, you still have to get it. Even if somebody's like, no, focus on the prompts. Don't focus on the prompts, especially if you're just beginning. Like, I think some people, they want like the top notch and the glamour and stuff like that. Like, yeah, and of course the prompts is better than the original, but it still applies to your MR. So as you see with just the top row, they are important. So basically get all the Warframes you can get. And if you're having trouble to figure out, all right, so how can I get these Warframes and where? So if you go to your in-game market and go to feature Warframes, and if you highlight, well, hover the blueprint, it will actually explain in details where you can get the blueprints at. Now, some of these Warframes are ridiculous. The percentage of the drop chance is ridiculous. Like Ash, I waited for that sucker to come to the circuit. And that's another tip of mine of how you can get your Warframes. It's after you complete the very mission. That's one. So this is only unlocked after you complete the Viri. So under normal path, under the circuit, this actually changes weekly. This is why I make my weekly rotations, because if there's a Warframe that you are absolutely having a hard time getting their blueprints, or if you need to feed a Warframe to the helmet, and I might make a separate video about everything about the helmet and shards and stuff like that. But yeah, so check this out every Sunday when the weekly resets. Um, because this definitely, the circuit helped me out so freaking much, you guys. You don't understand. If you are in a dojo, depending on the clan itself and how much they did their research, you can also buy some blueprints of weapons in your dojo in the Tenno lab, bio lab, uh, chem lab, all that stuff. So that actually helps out too. And then again, going to the end market, if there is a specific, if there's a specific weapon that you are trying to get, like Noko's art gun, it will tell you where to get it and how you can get the blueprints. Easy peasy. Also, going back to the profile, what actually helped me out too is just going through each of these categories, seeing what's still grayed out. It might be a prime. As far as like some weapons, they're gonna be a little bit hard to get, especially if it's a very old prime weapon. You either have to wait until it's back in the market where you can buy it, or just buy the relics and have a chance. Or if you're in the relic mission and somebody just happened to have a old relic, that can help. Also, with some of these, like the hounds, that actually comes from doing Sister Provost glitches. That's also another thing that people lack of, is doing those glitches, and I'll explain that in just a bit. With certain pets like companions, especially the ones in Deimos, so you have to rank them up to 30, but then you have to guild them. So you have to go back to Deimos, speak to Sun and stuff like that. And then just like for this, even though he is ranked 30, but I haven't guilded him yet. And once I do, I have to level him up again and then get the full 40, rank 40, in order to get that full amount of MR. So, speaking about Kuva and Sister Provost weapons and even Coda weapons in Hovania, let me see if I can find. Okay, so it's important to try to get all the Kuva weapons, all the Sister Provost weapons, and then all the technosite weapons, the Coda weapons. And once you get them, put 5 former in them, so that way you can max it up all the way to 40. So that way you can get that full MR rank. So actually, let me go to a rando loadout. Actually, no. Children has it. Children has one of the Kuva weapons. Actually, a Nakoda weapon too. Okay. So you see how I put 5 former in there? So yeah, so way before I even put former in there, I ranked it up to 30. But in your profile, it will still say unranked, or like the bar will be like halfway full. So yeah, so some things, like even the necromet, you gotta put 5 former to earn that 40 rank and get the full MR. It's a lot of work, it's a lot of grinding. So yep, same thing for the Coda. Put 5 former in there and I got the full MR. Alright, we're gonna rock out with children, I guess. Also, what's important too, after you complete your whole star chart, if y'all peep, like Mars, for example, it has like that yellow little icon versus this blue greenish like teal color. So the teal color means that I have completely mastered that planet on normal path. The gold symbol means that I have completed the planet under still path. And yes, still path matters for your MR. So under your profile, if you go to stats, so this also will help you to kind of get an idea of where you are with your star chart. So the normal star chart is at the very top. Star chart progress. As you see, 238 out of 238. So I completed the whole star chart in normal path. And star chart XP, that's fully maxed out. And as you see the difference in still path, I'm getting there with still path slowly but surely. The still path progress is 183 out of 238. So this gives me an idea of like, okay, I'm almost close but not yet just completed with my still path star chart. Another thing that can help out too, as far as getting the idea of, all right, so how much XP do I need in order to unlock the next rank? So for example, me, in order to unlock Legendary 3, I need 59,248 XP in order to unlock Legendary 3. So if you hover this will actually give you a mastery breakdown of how you can get to that number, that main number right here at the very top. And automatically know from the jump is weapons, still path missions, uh um arc wings, no, not arc wings per se, but arc guns, amps, stuff like that. More of the small things. But what I'm planning to do, I'm slowly like going by category. So I'm slowly looking at what I still need for my primary. I think the last thing I was working on was the kit gun. It started with a G. Where is it? Oh, gates. Okay, perfect example of what I was talking about. You see how it still shows that I'm working on this, but it's at rank 10. And the bar is not complete like the blue bars from the other weapons. So that indicates like, yeah, you're working on this, but you haven't completely maxed out mastery on this particular weapon. So that's a perfect example of what that would look like. So yeah, so I just been going down the primary list to see what I don't have. As far as primes, I'm not really going to worry myself out because that does take time, especially when it's an old prime weapon. But the other things, I could just figure out where to get. Now, some weapons are actually under some syndicates. I know Cephalon Suda, she has her own weapons. So definitely make sure you pay attention to your syndicates. Now, speaking about standing as well, just like in Hovania, you have to get some standing with buying Site No 9, his weapons, also doing the Cola weapons over there. But it's also important to do your standing in Cetus because there's like a lot of weapons that you have to get there in order to master rank. Venus and Fortuna go there. As far as like your pets and stuff, Deimos and the Sanctum, like Dante, um, his weapons and stuff like that. So it's very important to go to all your planets. Zeramin, that I just literally completed getting all the weapons and stuff like that in the Zeramin. It's not really much I can think of on the top of my head. But yeah, doing your standings is very important. Now some people like to say that, well, I I'm okay with being just MR 16 and, just keep grinding. That's actually hurting you. Because let me tell you exactly why. So every time you level up, hold on, every time you level up your MR, you'll get more standing, daily standing, like for your syndicates, other planets, as I mentioned, going to Fortuna, Hovania, stuff like that. So my daily standing is 32,000. And every time you rank up in your mastery rank, they give you 500 standing. So once I hit legendary 3, my daily standing will be 32,500. Because being a low MR and just getting, I don't know, like 10,000 standing, I forgot the amount of how much standing you get in the very beginning. But just imagine you trying to rank up, but your daily standing is so low that it takes forever to to rank up in that syndicate or location, whatever the case might be. And that's because you're not doing what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to level up your warframes. You're supposed to level up your weapons, your pets, your robots. And an easy way to do that. So of course, go to any relay. I usually go to the one on Earth. You just sit there. Actually, I'll go to one now to demonstrate. But yeah, you'll just go to a relay. Um, Sometimes an MR30 or legendary will come here, and some people will just chill out in the relay. They usually will ask the relay chat, like, hey, can someone give me a Philly blessing or a credit blessing? And so this is what it would look like. So once you hit MR30, you'll be able to help out other plays as well. So Philly blessing, credit blessing, resource drop chance blessing, damage blessing, health blessing, and shield blessings. But these three are like the top popular ones because everybody needs a Finley blessing. Um, Credit blessings are really more like if you're in the beginning stage because a lot of building does require a lot of credit. But once you get to a certain level, credits is not that hard to get. And of course, resource drop chance blessing. A lot of people need that in order to build a weapon, or need that for resources. I don't know, like I said, building something, or if they need that resource for their dojo, whatever the case might be. These are the top three. So yeah, you just sit here. If you have a friend that's MR30, like, hey, can we go to a relay together and can you drop a Philly blessing? Or, just post a chat in the relay, like, hey, can anyone, um, you know, can drop a Philly blessing, resource drop chance blessing, right? So once you get a Philly blessing, and also too, boosters can actually help out too. So you can get boosters if you have a good friend that can, give you one, or if you do like certain, like I know for sure, like the Helvania calendar, they have boosters that you can get and stuff like that. So yeah, be on the lookout for boosters because they help too. Like I have 135 affinity boosters, 99 days of resource booster, and 2 days of resource drop chance booster. I think that was from Helvania too, by the way. So yeah, so once you get affinity blessing, you go to navigation, and I usually go to Senna and go to Hydron. For whatever reason, everybody goes to this specific location when leveling up their warframes and weapons. Go there. It will always have people in there. Always, no matter what. And people just be there just leveling up. Um, if you have the affinity booster, I would say it takes about 3 rounds to max up your weapons. Another option that some people do, I do this here and there, is under Syndicate. You will go to Sanctuary on slot. It's where you have a chance of getting some rewards. You'll have a chance of getting chorus blueprints, but that's That's hard. That's why I usually go to the circuit and get my Warframes. So yeah. So that's two ways you can level up your Warframes and weapons. But this is this is clutch right here. And see, just for example, someone just asked the chat for a resource blessing and can't really, is that a resource? Oh, they gave a damage blessing, so it's not going to be accurate, but take all the blessings that you can get. All right, and my last tip is, I mean, if you are in a Warframe community like Discord or I don't know, Reddit, whatever you communicate with your friends or group of people that play Warframe with you, I mean, just ask like, hey, I'm trying to grind for such and such Warframe. I'm trying to grind for such and such weapon. Um, Now some Warframes and some weapons I did get from trade chat. Trade chat is not for everybody. You do have to be careful because somebody can literally whip you off. I remember reading on Instagram that someone brought a Warframe for 500 plat, and that is a no-no. Usually, someone tries to sell a Warframe between 80 to 100, depending on what the Warframe market says. But yeah, so I would say definitely be careful. Me, I do have a community where if someone does need help with something, we can jump in and help them out, either helping them with their star chart, trying to help them out getting a Warframe, a weapon, whatever the case might be, or doing relic missions. Um, and that can help you out too, doing some relic missions, and that way you can have a chance of building your own Warframe or building your own prime weapons. So, and of course, the relic missions are under void fissures, and I usually go to the last one, which is survival, the Amina, so everybody can just choose whatever relic, doesn't have to be a specific one. So yeah, so that's how,
Women seaters do not
of
drink
course you want to
courage.
talk for
You
this.
are capable of producing the hydraulic effort required to unstick your tongue from the roof of your mouth the following morning.
Thank you, Orders. But yeah, you guys, so that's how I became a legendary rank 2. So I hope this video helps somewhat to have an understanding of what to do. And please do not be comfortable in just staying in one mastery rank, because you definitely are not just missing opportunity on standing, but also you're missing on some free weapon slots. Um, can't think of on the top of my head the awards, but there's a bunch of awards you can get. Um, and even for legendary rank, you actually get legendary cords. So I haven't even used mine. So I got two and I haven't touched them. So yeah, it's very important. Also, weapons are unlocked if you are a certain rank. So mostly some weapons are available after MR 15 or 17 and stuff like that. So if you're not even in the teens range, you're not going to go really far. So I'm gonna be honest with that. So, all right, Tenno. So that is it for me. If y'all have any questions, things that I haven't answered, or certain things that y'all still have questions about of what to do and how to do it to rank up in your mastery rank, just let me know in the comments below, and I'll try to answer as much as I can. But alrighty, y'all. I will see y'all in the next Warframe video. Bye.